Welcome to Bridging the Gap, the Madison County Chamber of Commerce podcast, where Madison County's stories and businesses connect. I'm Sarah Pugh, the Executive Director of the Madison County Chamber of Commerce. Each episode spotlights the people, businesses, and nonprofits that make our community thrive while sharing the stories behind what they do. We're looking forward to learning more about their story and their connection to Madison County. All right, today I'm here with Hayden Johnson with the Madison County Conservation and AmeriCorps. Thank you so much for being here, Hayden. So tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from.
So I grew up in West Des Moines, and now I live in the Des Moines area, so I drive out here to Winterset for work. But I went to Valley High School, and then I got a Bachelor of Environmental Science over at Simpson College in Indianola. And then I kind of found myself here volunteering with the County Conservation Board, just following my interests and trying to find a career in environmental education.
Very nice. So then how did you get plugged in with AmeriCorps?
So Madison County really needed a little bit of extra help with their programming and getting some more, with the new center coming open, they wanted some more programs to have available to just pull out for field trips and things, as well as just needed the extra help for visiting schools and all of that sort of stuff. So I had been volunteering with them for a little bit, and they asked me if I would be interested and do some work with them in AmeriCorps position. And I said, of course, because I really like, the environment there and the work I do. So that's how I got started. Yeah.
Very good. So is this your first summer here?
This would be my third summer since I started volunteering with them. It's my second summer serving with AmeriCorps.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So how was your first summer coming here to Madison County?
It was a lot different than, I always hear about, all the wildlife and stuff out here, and I assumed there would be, but, I didn't realize how much more there would be out here compared to where I grew up. And it's really cool to see all of that stuff, even just while I'm driving on my way here, to see all of the wildlife and things to look at.
Yeah, there's always something in the road, right?
Yeah, I play What's That Roadkill on my way here.
So for people who maybe haven't heard about AmeriCorps and may not know exactly what it is, can you go into a little bit more detail about that?
Yeah. So in general, AmeriCorps focuses on education, environmental conservation and things like that, public safety and health for the general public. But I am in Iowa State's 4-H branch of AmeriCorps. So we focus more on positive youth development. And obviously with me, it's with the environmental side of things, getting kids out into nature and how that is good for both them and the environment as well. So
yeah. So then when you sign up with AmeriCorps, you pick a contract term? Or
Yep.
how does that work?
Yeah. So my term is for a year, and then I have a whole year to do a specific number of hours that I have signed up for.
Okay.
So it doesn't, with, this specific position, I do a bit more hours this time of year, and then we kind of lay off a little bit in the winter, but just with the way education goes. But
yeah, very nice. So why did you go the route of choosing AmeriCorps instead of like a traditional summer job or an internship?
Yeah. Well, I just kind of fell in love with Madison County and the people that I work with here. I really liked that environment and the work I was doing for them while I was volunteering. So I wanted to continue that and, get some more experience to put on my resume as well, more concrete experience, I guess you could say. But yeah, I just really like it out here and the people I'm with and the work I'm doing. So yeah.
So what has this experience meant to you personally?
It's been really meaningful to work with the kids and see them, like, their curiosity, or see them find joy in what I really enjoy so much about nature. And just, it's really fun to see them, like, get excited about what I think is so cool, because not every adult I go up to is going to want to hear me talk about like some plants or insects or animals or something, but the kids, they're like, oh, what? Tell me more. And so that's really fun.
Yeah. So you're talking about working with kids. Mm-hmm. So what kind of programming do you help with at conservation?
Yeah, I do K through 12 for the most part. I will do some like family programs as well, but I'll visit the schools. Like if you remember being in class and you had like a special speaker come in, so I'll do that sort of programming. I'll do programming at our center where people come out to come see something, and I'll lead a hike or something like that. I hosted most of our spring field trips, planned all of those and all of that. Amy like organized it, and then I did put everything in motion. What else? And then summer camps. Right now it's been really heavy on the summer camps. Me and the naturalists put them up about 50-50, but I did a lot of planning for almost all of them, and been implementing a lot of those this summer. So that's been super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pick like a favorite, whether I like the little kids or the older kids. There's just something different in every age group that I like. So,
do you have a favorite summer camp?
This year, I had a lot of fun. I mean, it's not over yet, but my favorite camp this year was totally, as in toad, totally rad reptiles.
Cool.
So it was all about reptiles and amphibians, and that was the little kids, and it was fun to see them be silly. And what's really funny about the little kids is they'll like have a special interest, like snakes or something, and they'll know all about snakes, and they'll be like raising their hand, like, do we have some species that I haven't even heard of? They'll be like, do we have that here in Iowa? And I'm like, no, that sounds like some sort of rainforest snake, or like they'll be asking about boas and giant snakes. And
yes,
like,
thank goodness we don't have those here.
But it's funny, like they don't seem to put that together yet. And so those sort of questions I'm just like, okay, but yeah.
That's fun. One of my favorites that I like to see pictures of is the kids exploring in the river with kayaks.
Okay, yeah.
To see them comfortable on the water and exploring that in a safe environment with conservation. I love seeing those pictures. There's just this joy about the kids that they're in a safe space with instructors. That's one of my favorites to see.
Yeah, and they can just be messy and be themselves, get in the mud. That's what I loved about my reptiles and amphibians camp. We did little pond prowl.
Yeah.
And to see the little ones just like covered in mud and biggest grins on their faces. It was great. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, and now you're going home now. Good luck.
Yeah, I warned the parents. I mean, fair warning. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's something that you've learned with being out at conservation that surprised you?
I guess I knew going to college and everything that there's different climates and around different habitats around the states, but I didn't really think so much into it about the diversity of climates in Iowa versus just, all around the state. There's different stuff, different animals, different wildlife that you can't find 45 an hour or so away elsewhere in the state. So that was kind of surprising to me. And I actually didn't know that we had the timber rattlesnake out here in Iowa. I used to think we didn't have rattlesnakes in Iowa. So yeah, that was maybe the biggest thing I've learned.
Okay, so have you seen any for yourself?
I have not seen one in the wild.
Okay, I'm going to call you the next time. We've seen 2 so far this season. Yes, kind of out by where we live. So next time I'm going to call you and be like, it's right here. You're going to come and take a look at it before you leave. So what do you think makes the Madison County Parks and Conservation areas unique?
Oh, so much. But one of the big things would be the limestone bluffs and the habitat that provides for, like we mentioned, the rattlesnakes, but just the diversity of wildlife you see that comes along with the bluffs. We've got a lot of variety of birds out here, which is really cool. So many birds that I've learned about that I didn't know. I wasn't huge into birding before this, but it's definitely... I'm getting older and I'm becoming a birder. It's coming a little early. Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you discovered a favorite park, a trail, or a hidden gem?
I mean, I love all of our parks. There's something unique about all of them. But Chris Cove, just because I love prairies, that one is up there for me. It's a remnant prairie, which is really cool and unique. And for people who might not know what that means, that's means it's never been disturbed or tilled. So that's been a prairie its whole life since Iowa, became land again.
Yeah.
And so that's really special because most of Iowa we've even if it's a prairie now, it wasn't for a huge period of time, and all of that was disturbed. So
I did not know that. That's I've learned something today. Well, thank you for that. Cool. So why do you think it's important for communities to invest in conservation and outdoor education? The Shopper, the Madisonian, and the Exchange, your locally owned weekly publications from Madco Media Group in Winterset. The Shopper arrives free in mailboxes across Madison County, the Madisonian keeps you connected in print and online, and the Exchange is Iowa's largest marketplace publication. Plus, promote your business or events on our 10 digital billboards across Winterset. From design and copy to office services, we can do your light work. Madco Media Group, see what we can do for you, located just off the square in Winterset. Locally owned, trusted, and connected. Call 515-462-1535 or email ads@madcomedia.com, because local is where the heart is.
For one, it's great mental health benefits for everybody. Just to go outside is a huge stress reliever, and you can't deny that. But it's something we need to protect for that reason, number one. Even if you aren't a big fan of nature, it does have those benefits for you. But it's like we're not the only living things on this planet, and it's not ours to just take over for us completely. We need to protect the space for the animals and everything that comes along with it. You can't have large animals without the smaller ones, or without all of the plants for the herbivores. If you don't have those things, if you don't have insects, we won't see birds. So then. A lot of people don't like insects, but they're important too. So,
yeah, it's that full circle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's so important too that we educate the youth in it so that they get off their devices as well. I know maybe my own daughter is a little too much on screens sometimes, and it's good to like pause and go outside and do that creative play that I know we used to do growing up, but it's not as prevalent anymore.
Yes.
So some of that programming and playing in the mud and all that, it's good that they're doing that.
Yes, exactly.
So you've likely met a lot of families and visitors this summer. What has that experience been like?
It's been a lot of fun, especially hearing stories, that people have when they come into the center, and they tell stories about the wildlife they have on their, like for landowners, the wildlife they have on their land, and that sort of thing is always entertaining. But it's really cool to just talk with people and see what they're enjoying about the parks, and everybody's got a different thing they like to point out. So just, sharing what I love with others is a lot of fun.
Yes. Do you have questions that people ask often?
When it comes to my programs with the kids, a lot of times, the little ones, I'll have one of our education animals out, and they'll be like, "Is that alive?" Like, yes, that's alive.
Frequently asked question. Yes,
it's moving, it's alive. So our taxidermy animals, was that a real animal? How did it die? And I'm like, I don't know. That thing's so old. Like,
that's when you got to make up this really epic story and be like, yes, this is how it died.
That's awesome. Those would be some of the funny questions I get. Or people are always asking me, have you seen a rattlesnake? Where are they? Oh, there's rattlesnakes. Where are they? And I'm like, they're really good at hiding. You probably won't see one.
Yeah, we hope you don't see one. Yeah. And the new conservation center. So you've been here 3 summers. So you've seen the transition from the old office to the new. How has that been?
It's been really great. First of all, it's just nice to have a public space that people can come in, and we get a lot more use out of all of our education animals, and I think they enjoy that. And just, being a little bit more social and not in that little office that people show up and they're like, am I at the right place?
Yeah.
But so it's been really a game changer with summer camps too, with if we have thunderstorms or a really hot day, just being able to take the kids into a nice facility rather than cramming them into our emergency shelter,
Yes.
That's been really nice. The center also, we rent out some rooms too, or some of our conservation partners have been using it, like the DNR or Polk County Conservation and things. So we've got a really nice event space with a beautiful view of the trees in the park and
yes,
the big
you
window.
do.
Yeah. So
it's gorgeous.
It's been nice to see it used for that as well. People getting married out there and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So you've been here 3 summers. So what skills have you gained through this service?
I've learned a lot about classroom management, and then just about like the local wildlife and things that I didn't know have existed out here in Madison County. Did you know we have flying squirrels?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I personally haven't seen one, but some of my coworkers have out in our parks. So they're more rare, but we have flying squirrels. Yeah. I think that's pretty sweet.
That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool. Has this experience changed how you view conservation and community service?
Good question. I think a little bit, just being on the inside of it and seeing, a small county conservation board with, a little bit more limited resources, being small with staff numbers, seeing kind of some of how hard my coworkers work to get everything done and manage all of our beautiful parks. Just seeing that and just the effort that goes into things, it gives me a lot more respect for, government entities and things like that.
Yeah, they do a great job out there. What has been the most rewarding part of your summer?
Teaching the kids, seeing their excitement or seeing them, learn something and then be able to recall it for me. We get some kids that repeat on camps, and I see them throughout the summer, and they'll bring something up from a previous camp that I taught them, or they remember something cool, and seeing them teach the other kids what I taught them and recall that information is really makes me feel good. Yeah, it's like I'm doing something and making a difference.
That's awesome. And congratulations, by the way. You just recently won the Governor's Volunteer Award.
Yes.
So good job on that.
Thank you.
Yes, that's so awesome. So looking ahead, what's next for you after your AmeriCorps position?
Right now, I'm not leaving Madison County yet. You guys might be stuck with me a little longer. We're working on potentially another AmeriCorps position for me.
Okay.
So probably be doing more of the same stuff. And, hopefully longer in the future, I'd love to stay out here for a permanent position, but we'll see. There's a lot of complications with government positions and getting those. So we'll just have time will tell.
Yeah.
Yep.
So awesome. So has this experience influenced your future plans?
I would say it's made me a little bit more picky about what kind of job I want. Yeah. I'm like, I have something that I really enjoy right now, and I don't want to settle for less. I guess. So I'm like, I want, good work environment. I want to like what I'm doing. I want to, be outdoors and teach the kids, and so I guess it's made me a little bit more picky.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah.
As someone spending the summer here, what has stood out to you most about Madison County?
Just the number of wildlife I see out here. There's a lot of space, like habitat for the wildlife. So it's just coming from the suburbs where there's less habitat. It's just amazing to see what habitat provides, I guess, for nature and the variety and of wildlife you can see that comes with that.
Yeah. So what would you tell someone who's thinking about visiting our parks or getting involved in conservation?
Our parks, the nice thing about our parks is it's not like we've got these super challenging hikes only. We've got something for all levels. If you want to just go splash around in the river by the ford, and you don't want to go full in the water, you can do that. If you want to swim, you can do that. If you want to go on a long hike, you can hike all of our trails in Pamel. If you want a little short one, we've got that too. So there's something for everybody to be able to access, that habitat and wildlife and the beauty out here, which I think is important.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. If listeners could do one thing to support conservation in Madison County, what would you encourage them to do?
Volunteer. We're always looking for people, and there's all sorts of ways you can volunteer with us, whether you want to be at our front desk to greet some people, or help us with programs or doing some manual labor. We're always looking for people to help us with weeding our newer gardens and all sorts of stuff. But volunteering would be a big help. Or, maybe you don't have time for that. That's okay too. You can always give us a money donation or attend Evening Under the Stars is McPhee, our nonprofit associated with us, throws silent and live auction every year. You can attend that and spend your money on some cool Madison County local swag.
Yes. And so if someone was wanting to volunteer or donate, do they go to the website and do that?
Yeah. So you can, Amy and Jesse usually run most of the volunteers. I believe their emails are on the website. So you can email them and they will give you all the information on what you need to do. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And do you know the website?
So you can visit our website at madisoncountyparks.org.
Okay.
And you can find all of that information on there. It's got all of our parks on there as well, all the addresses and directions to find them too.
And then if there's any other camps or things available for the remainder of the year, are those listed online as well?
Those are on actually a different website.
Okay.
So those will be on mycountyparks.com. And they'll be under the events tab. So you can search, if you want to narrow it down, you can just search Pamela State Park. And we've got all of our summer camps up on there. And that's also where you can make online reservations for Pamela Campground. If you want to reserve that ahead of time for people traveling from farther away. That's a great way to reserve. Our sites out there, we also have camping at Chris Cove, but you cannot reserve ahead of time. That's all walk-in. But I highly recommend as at Chris Cove, as I previously mentioned, with the prairie, and it's got a nice lake or pond.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate your time. I know you're very, very busy, but thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for listening to Bridging the Gap, the Madison County Chamber of Commerce podcast, where Madison County's stories and businesses connect. We hope today's conversation gave you a deeper look at the people and passion behind our local community. To learn more about today's guest, visit their website, and for more chamber events, membership, or resources, visit www.madisoncounty.com. Be sure to subscribe, share, and join us next time as we continue bridging the gap across Madison County.